let's talk about Valentine's Day. So I am working on my website, uploading all the things that I'm going to offer for Valentine's Day, our arrangements, our packages, the extras, the add-ons. And so I really wanted to talk because I know how I felt before I was a florist. And so there's Valentine's Day roses, they're expensive. I wanted to kind of explain why and where I'm at in this. Florists are not just greedy people who use Valentine's Day to make lots of money. It actually costs us a lot of money. So this year, my first year in the shop, and I've pre-booked a lot of roses and a lot of flowers. I'm sure, hopefully I'll have to run back and get more as it gets closer. And as it gets closer, those roses get more expensive. And there's actual math, there's flower math. And depending on where you live, if you're in a rural area or big city, high end, wherever you are, there's different calculations, but it's pretty similar for most. So there's actual flower math to how we come up with our pricing. And so we take our flowers that were spent and we multiply that. Then we take the hard goods, your vase, foam, ribbon, anything we're using, and multiply that and add it together, add on a percentage for labor, and that's how we arrive at our number. We don't just look at flowers and go, that seems like that should be a lot, and so let's stick a high price tag on it. There is actual math, just like any business charges for something. And so at Valentine's Day, we don't just spike the price up because we get a lot of business. We spike the price up because the price goes up on us. So this year when I was pricing my dozen roses, I about died. So flowers have gone up all around, and I did the flower math and I thought, that can't be right. That can't be right. And so I know I'm in a lot of florist groups all over the country, and there's some charging $125, $150 a dozen roses this year. And I thought, well, that's because that's where they live. So I start looking local. I'm looking at all the other local florists in the Tri-Cities, and yep, it's about the same. So the going rate for roses, a dozen roses in a vase from a florist this year for Valentine's Day is $99. And I'm a person too. Yes, I'm a florist, but I'm a person who buys things too. And yes, that number seems outrageous, but the flower math doesn't lie. So here I was struck yesterday. I'm super transparent. So yesterday when I was trying to finalize my pricing, I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not charging that much. I won't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. So I'm going to come up with a different number. I'm going to change the math. I'm coming up with a different number because I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't even charge 90. I can't charge, like, it's making me sick. And here's the thing. I could pick any number I wanted. Honestly, if I picked the number that seemed fair and reasonable as a person buying things, then it would put me out of business because I would be paying, for every arrangement that went out the door, it would cost me money. And florists are a business. So they have to pay the people that work there. We have to pay for the coolers, our lease or mortgage. We got to keep the lights on. We have to buy the flowers that we sell. There's just like any other business. And like for me, I don't even pay myself. I don't get a paycheck yet. It'll be another year before I get a paycheck. But beyond that, here's what happens if some florist or some business decides to say, well, I'm just going to charge a whole lot less than everyone else. What that does is it devalues the flowers. So if I decide, well, I'm just going to charge a whole lot less. I'm going to charge $25, $30 less than everyone else. The flower community around here is going to hate me, and I don't want enemies, right? Even in the floral community, we all sell flowers, but right, we don't have to be enemies. I like working with other people. I like to build friendships and communities. So in the floral community, I'm not trying to make enemies. And that's what happens if you undercut everyone and try to take all the business. Two, if I did that, I would probably get more business than I could handle. I would lose money. I would be miserable. There would be not really anything good for me personally to come out of it. And just in general, when we set our pricing, anytime any business person undercuts and sets their pricing for lower than the value of the product actually it is, it devalues the product across the board. So we're saying florist flowers are no longer at a high value. And the truth is they cost us a lot of money, and they are a premium value. When we don't just get them and toss them in a vase and stick them out there. When we get them in, we have to process them. That takes time. We have to put our hands on every single rose, treat them. It costs money to get the stuff that treats them, keep them, in the cooler, keep them fresh for as long as possible. That all takes time, energy, supplies. So there's a lot that goes into that. And then the designing process, that takes time, and there's more to it than just shoving flowers in a vase. If you'll notice, there's a big difference in the quality when you go into a store. And some grocery stores have great flowers. Sometimes they do. But when they're all even, and we call it a chop and drop, when it's just chopped off at the bottom, stuck in a vase, flowers are all at the same height, and they look nice, they'll last for a couple of days. There's a big difference between what goes into that and what goes into making a nice full arrangement that has depth and spatial awareness and everything that goes into making it beautiful, just like designing buildings or any other kind of art. So it is an art form, and there is a process. So anyway, all that to say, roses are expensive for Valentine's Day, and I've still not decided 100% exactly on my price point, but I can't, as much as it makes me sick to price a lot for my dozen rose arrangements, I also can't undermine the entire floral community by undercutting them and undercharging for Valentine's Day roses. So just know that from me, from every florist, we are not just out to gouge people for Valentine's Day. This is a holiday that we rely on to pay our bills. Most of us, we're not going to walk out the door anyway, have a higher profit that actually gives the owner of the business a lot more money. This is just what keeps us going. So florists are not just greedy people. I don't know if anybody else struggles with this, but this is my first year in the shop, and having to charge at the actual value, the standard market value of the product, because I have lease to pay. I'd like to hire some people. I need help, but I have to have money to do that. So just know that as my pricing comes out, I'm going to put a lookbook out, updating the website, and as that comes out, just know there is thought, there is prayer. There has been lots of prayer going into my pricing, and at the end of the day, math. It's a math equation, and I am following the industry standard pricing when I price my things. And to do less than industry standard would be selling myself short in the entire floral community, and it devalues my own work. So just know there's a lot of heart that goes into it, a lot of prayer and the math, and it is not easy. It is not easy for me to price things high. Even like my wreaths, you see, it is not easy for me to price high ticket items because I've always been on a budget myself. So just know that I don't take it lightly, just throwing a price on something, that my heart goes into every decision I make in this business. And I do think about you. I do think about my customers. I do. And so here are some tips I have. I wasn't going to do this initially, and I probably won't ever do it on a Valentine's Day again. But since this is my first year in the building, I'm going to offer a pre-booking discount. So I'm going to give 10% off if you book by February 7th. So the reason I'm doing this, and really they tell florists don't do this because we're going to sell flowers. It's Valentine's Day. We're going to sell the flowers, so we want to get as much as we can. The reason I'm going to offer the pre-book discount is because I do not know how much to get. This is my first year in the building. It is on a Saturday, which I know impacts deliveries because people aren't delivering to schools and businesses. So it will help me to know how much, if I have ordered enough flowers or if I need to go order some more. So I need to know that. And so it will help me be more prepared. So I'm going to offer 10% off, and I haven't decided. I'll either send out a code, maybe I'll have to set that up in my website. If you call and order over the phone, I can put that in for you over the phone. So if you go ahead and book by February 7th, I will give you a 10% discount on whatever arrangement, whatever add-on, whatever it is you're getting for Valentine's Day from here. I will give you 10% off if you order by February 7th. So hopefully that will help you a little bit. It will definitely help me. That's one thing that I can do. We can help each other out during this holiday that costs a lot. You can also order things that aren't just roses. So while roses shoot up, lilies kind of go up. There's a lot of flowers that go up quite a bit at Valentine's Day, but there's several that really don't. So a lot of your filler flowers are going to remain the same. Carnations stay the same. Carnations are way underrated. They're a beautiful flower. I have pre-booked the best carnations you can get. They open up really wide. They kind of look like frilly and lacy. They're beautiful. It doesn't have to be an arrangement mainly of that, but when you start mixing carnations and daisies, you can still pop a few roses in there and some other flowers and get a really nice arrangement, even for 50 or 60 bucks. In the store on Valentine's Day, I will have bud vases, and those will start at $15. So carnation bud vases and rose bud vases. And so I'm not going to deliver those, and if you call, maybe, but they're not going to be on the website ahead of time. But if you call me and order them, you'll still get your 10% off if that's what you want to order and pick up or whatever on Valentine's Day. But so bud vases are a good option. Wrapped bouquets. So wrapped bouquets are super popular. We have the premium Korean paper to wrap them in this year, and those are mixed floral bouquets, and the paper does cost money, but not as much as a vase does. So you're saving some money there. On Valentine's Day, I will have some of those. I will have single roses wrapped, but then I will have other mixed flower arrangements starting at $24. So those are good options. I think it's $24, maybe $50 and $75, something like that. So there will be some other options. Another thing, I am only doing the chocolate covered strawberries by pre-orders this year. I will not have enough, I'm sure, to sell on Valentine's Day. So if you want those, you will have to pre-order the strawberries. I actually, because I didn't know what to expect, so I haven't, my flower order is not very large. My hope is that I sell out, but so pre-ordering is your best to get what you want, whether it's the strawberries or teddy bear or box of chocolates or roses or any other flower arrangement. Pre-ordering will not only save you 10%, it will guarantee you get what you want, because once Valentine's Day gets here, when I sell out, I sell out. So, but since I didn't order a lot, if you pre-book, then I can guarantee you get yours, and I will know that I need to go, order more, get more, find more. So this is a really long video, and so if you stuck with me this far, then you now know a whole lot about Valentine's Day, especially what I'm going to offer here. I care about you guys a lot. I think well, as I say, every girl, guys deserve to have a good Valentine's Day too, but it means more to girls, women, even young girls. My daughters love Valentine's Day, and everybody deserves something nice on Valentine's Day. And so I'm really striving here to be able to make something at a price point for everyone. So, there is something for everyone at a price point. Well, it might not be that dozen roses, but everyone deserves something nice. So I may not be able to undercut and keep that pricing low on that dozen roses, but there will be something here that is definitely in a price range for everyone. And if you'll be looking for my lookbook, That will be coming out in the next few days. And that will show not only what's on the website, but what to expect in the store on Valentine's Day. I know I've said it 100 times, but if you call, order ahead of time by February 7th, it's 10% off. Our phone number here at the shop is 423-391-7034. You can also come by. Hopefully I'll get a code that works. But anyway, I hope you all have a great day and are thawing out. And I'll see you soon.